Today we're going to be growing mustard greens from seed. Mustard greens is a very versatile, fast-growing plant and one of our favorites here in our raised garden beds. Not only can you grow it in raised garden beds, you can also try growing it in containers as well as land plots. As you can see by our selection here, they are huge and ready to harvest. But they started off much differently. So to grow mustard greens, you're going to want to have a loose, well-draining, and rich soil. So in our case, we added some compost, vermiculite, and perlite to our soil before planting. These are the mustard seeds. They are the same seeds you're going to use to actually grind up and make mustard, but we saved some for planting. And I only have a few here because, as you saw earlier, the plants get huge. So if you're planning to let these go to maturity, you want to space your seeds roughly 12 to 18 inches apart. However, they can be harvested early as microgreens, and you can just thin the microgreens and eat those, and then leave the ones spaced properly to go to maturity. So as you saw, because my seeds were so small, I just sprinkled them on the soil, and now I'm lightly covering them up with some extra soil. Because they're so tiny, I don't want to put them too far into the dirt. These are the dried flower stalks with the seed pods, and you can see these little capsules are the seed pods, and if I open them up, there are the seeds. And we let a portion of our crop go to seed each year. You want to start your mustard seeds in the fall or the early spring or any time in between, as long as your area only has a light frost. If you have a full deep frost, then you might want to wait till an early spring before you start your seeds. A light frost, however, is going to intensify the flavor of your mustard greens, making them extra tasty. We don't have either problem here in Florida, so we have an extended growing period for our mustard greens. As you can tell by how large our mustard greens have gotten, it's because they really enjoy full sun, though they will thrive less so in partial shade. One of the keys to our growth of mustard greens, besides the full sun, is that we have this area on an irrigation system that's timed. So it gets irrigated from drip lines twice a day. Mustard greens are going to grow really huge for you if you water them regularly. Once your plant is mature enough to harvest, and as you can tell by how large these leaves are compared to my hand, you're going to start by harvesting the individual leaves at the base of the plant. So let's do that now. I like to use a sharp pair of garden shears to harvest my leaves, but you can use a gentle twisting motion to harvest your leaves if you wish. The reason why I don't do that is I don't want to put any stress on the plant and its established roots. So here I am pulling up the leaves away from the ground, and you can see some of the companion plants that I have growing underneath them, and I'll get to that as well in just a second. But here is the bottom leaf, so I'm going to just trim it close to the plant. And there is my harvested leaf. So I'm going to continue harvesting the mustard greens by slowly making my way around each individual plant until I have the largest leaves collected and still a good top portion left so that I can grow more leaves. Let's look again at the companion plants we have for our mustard greens. You can see underneath these mustard greens, I have some onions growing, along with some herbs like cilantro, and there's some celery and some corn as well. All of these plants work well with the mustard greens, particularly if you harvest your mustard greens regularly. So some good companion plants for mustard greens are rosemary, thyme, beets, celery, carrots, lettuce, onions, dill, fennel, tansy, yarrow, mint, corn, peas, buckwheat, and cucumber. We have found our mustard greens to be very tolerant of most diseases and insects. The things you do want to watch out for, though, is caterpillars, and one way to deal with them is to make sure you encourage parasitic wasps into your garden. They are going to eat the caterpillars for you, so you don't have to worry about them. Also, make sure that you follow the planting spacing guides, as that will help cut down on dusty mildew. A final thing that you want to think about when planting mustard greens is crop rotation, and this is equally important regardless of what plant you're trying to grow. One of the reasons for crop rotation is that the soil will not be robbed of the nutrients that that particular plant likes if you plant it in a different place each season. Another reason is the insects and fungus and other things that like to eat those plants won't be able to find them as easily if they are in a different location each season as well. Mustard greens germinate in only 4 to 7 days, so you can have microgreens in less than a week. If you do plan on letting your mustard greens go into the heat of the summer, which will encourage them to grow their flowers, which bees absolutely adore, by the way, you're going to want to probably thin your herd, as it were, to just a few plants, because they're going to provide you lots of seeds and they're going to grow very tall. We have found in our raised garden bed environment here that we need to add additional support once they've started to go to seed, because they can just crowd everything out. I hope you give mustard greens a try, and if you like this video, look up. There's another one you might like as well.